Ellen!
Luke, Ellen here. I have terrible news. Nintendo rejected my pitch for a high-budget 22-part TV show. He was a brother. He was a soldier. He was alive. But death should have confirmed the kill. From visionary director and producer and voice actor Ellen Rose comes a tale of revenge, a tale of madness, a tale of Luigi.
Show of the weekend, show of the weekend, show of the weekend, show of the weekend, show of the weekend.
In the wake of this tragedy, I have taken some time to meditate and reflect. Please do show of the weekend without me.
Andy, can you do show of the weekend this week?
Yeah, sure.
Ellen had her...
Luigi thing rejected. Yeah, we all got handwritten notes. I can't believe Luigi died.
I know, but in a way, I really can believe that
Oh.
Luigi died.
I thought you were going to say in a way that he deserved.
Is Luigi dead?
Yeah, Luigi died, James. Get with the times.
What? Don't kill off Luigi.
What's happened?
Don't know what to tell you, James. Anyway,
Sorry.
death is a big old theme this week.
Wow.
Which is fun.
Cheery.
Which is a fun theme to
Thanks
have.
for tuning in.
I've been playing Dead Cells.
Is it a coincidence that Dead Cells sounds a bit like Dark Souls?
It sounds a little bit like someone saying Dark Souls when they're super drunk.
Dead
or
Cells.
Dead
I've got really
Cells.
good at Dead Cells.
Dead Cells.
Dark Cells.
Does anyone know understands about Dead Cells?
Dead
Dead
Cells?
Cells?
The
The
Death.
Cells series is started with Blueburn. 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 Really is all about
Sort of, yeah.
demon cells. So, you start off as this sort of lump of green matter that drops into a room and then climbs inside a corpse.
The old story.
Exactly, tale as old as time. And then, once you are successfully brought back to life and reanimated, you run through a maze-like castle environment, killing everything you can find until you eventually make your way to an exit. That leads to the next area. Between areas, you get a chance to refill your health and cash in all of the cells that you have earned by killing enemies. Now, the upgrades you get there are permanent.
Right, okay.
So every time you start again, you start with the same amount of health, you start with no upgrades to your abilities, and no mutations, which is something that you get partway through the game that makes you
Sticking more cells
stronger.
into yourself.
Basically, you lose all of your upgrades, except some of these permanent upgrades, which are, for example, the ability to carry more health flasks,
Okay.
and other little, quite subtle things that are just going to make it a little bit more likely that you'll get a bit further through the game each time. When you die, you go right back to the beginning, so it's reasonably unforgiving, but the fact that each level is randomly generated meant that even though I was playing the same thing over and over again, it didn't feel boring.
Right,
You
okay,
didn't
yeah.
get into the sort of habit of being like, oh yes, no, this. What it does have in common with Dark Souls is that really, really satisfying thing where it feels like your actual acquired skills at playing the game are something that the game is counting on happening.
Okay.
There would be no way to progress if you weren't getting better at the game. But in virtue of practice and in virtue of doing it lots, you are better at the game. And the only reason that this game and games like it function at all is because people do get better at the games they play.
Okay.
So it feels really nice to have that spelled out in such a concrete way. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah.
Tell me about how the combat works. I understand there's things like elemental weapons and things.
Yes, so it's a little overwhelming at first, to be honest. You start out with a sword, and you can choose between a bow and a shield as your secondary items.
Okay.
Both have their advantages. Initially, I ignored the shield because I was like, not going to need it when I'm headshotting like mad.
Yeah.
But actually the shield is pretty cool because any damage that is dealt to the shield gets dealt back at the enemy.
The shield is sort of like an admission of failure, isn't it? It's like, I'm going to get hit.
Yeah,
I'm definitely going to get hit, so I want to mitigate that.
Just don't get hit.
Yeah.
Would be an easier option.
Have you tried just not getting hit?
Yeah,
Yeah.
and it works. It just works, people.
Finished it first time.
Yeah, that would be my strategy. The interesting thing is that the weapons you find are also random. As you progress and as you play it more and more, you can unlock more kinds of weapons that will appear, but it's still fundamentally random. You also have grenades, you have magical attacks, and they're on the shoulder buttons.
Right.
So before very long, you have this full inventory bar, and even though when you start playing the game, you're like fumbling and how do I kill a thing? Why is this so tough? It's amazing how after just a few hours, you really, really get the hang of it.
Okay.
It feels incredibly satisfying to play. The running around and the like double jumping, like mantling onto things is just, it feels really, really slick. They've obviously spent a lot of time figuring out how that's going to work and how it's going to feel. I really noticed that after playing it for 2 hours, I was like sort of storming through the place and, yeah, feeling like a badass. Which just meant that like I got a little bit further that time before I died humiliatingly.
That's always what worries me about these hard games, that you have to keep playing over and over again to sort of iterate on things you've done before, is that while that's satisfying, it's not necessarily fun.
Yeah, I get it. I think what this game is banking on is that playing it and doing the combat feels satisfying enough that is why you'll want to play. It's like tickling the synapses in your brain when a game feels really good to play. And I think it does do that. I think it kind of makes that work. The other thing is it's got a lot more levity and moments of lightness and humor than you might expect from a game called Dead Cells that is so obviously Dark Souls inspired.
Okay.
So there's quite a lot of funny dialogue.
There's jokes in Dark Souls.
I mean, you have to really be looking. It's like when you're doing English and you're reading Shakespeare and they're like, and now here comes a funny joke.
Particularly ribald bit of humour.
What they've done is Feste says that he doesn't live by the tree, he lives by the tabor, which of course is a kind of drum. So as you can see, it's hilarious. No, don't go. When you're a kid, you can't go. You can't just leave.
I mean, you could.
Imagine if you could just be like, this lesson is boring.
This is the straw that broke the This is it. I renounce education. So that's what Dark Souls is like.
Yeah, it is. But Dead Cells, there
better.
is some funnier stuff. There's some really nicely little scripted bits. There's a bit where your character finds a huge pile of corpses and is like, hey, they kind of look like me. And then there's like a little pause and they're like, oh.
This is where they're keeping them.
Yeah, exactly. This is where they're all like just mounding up as you die over and over again. At one point, I saw an enemy like fall to its death, and as it went down, there was a little speech bubble that went, YOLO! Which was totally unexpected, but
that's great.
Yeah, but really nice. That also carries through to the art style, which is it's really, really, really pretty. The music is cool. It's not all doom and gloomy. I've put the music for some of it under this, so you can kind of hear a little bit what it sounds like. Yeah, nice. Yeah. And also, it's on a bunch of different platforms, but I'm playing it on the Switch, which is definitely the best platform to play it on for one crucial reason.
You're playing it like that?
No, actually, I've been playing it docked with the Pro controller. I'm not sure how comfortable it would be with the little Joy-Cons, just because it's one of those like control games, you know, where you've got to like, controls, and sometimes those buttons can be a little bit fiddly. But the major advantage is that with the Switch, if you want to take a break, you can power it off, and then when you like switch it back on the next day or a few hours later, you will be in exactly the same place. Whereas the game definitely wants you to play until you die. And that's the point at which
natural causes.
Yeah. So I think if I was playing it on the PS4, I don't want to watch Netflix or something, and you would be like, oh well, I can't really stop. I'll just have to wait until I die. But yeah, the game feels really good to play. I think it's excellent. I can't really think of anything bad to say about it.
Well, Luke, now comes the time of the show when we link things together.
Yes, we do.
So we're linking Dead Cells to the topic of the quiz, which is Just Cause, much like Just Cause hero Rico Rodriguez links together things with his tether. So Now it's time for you to be quizzed on Just Cause. And also we will find out more about the game thanks to this process of quizzing.
The
We
quizzing.
will tether your brain to Just Cause and make them collide.
The Black Hand. They are the world's most powerful private army. But even they should fear what they've created. This isn't a war, Rico. This is survival.
Luke, Just Cause.
Just Cause!
Do you know it well?
4. I didn't play the last game, but I played the ones before that.
I see. All
1
right,
and 2.
well,
They were fun.
I can tell you that Just Cause 4 is set to feature extreme weather conditions, including lightning storms, blizzards, and, as shown off in the new gameplay trailer, tornadoes.
Nice.
But Luke,
Yeah.
what's the weirdest weather you've ever experienced?
Ooh. Oh gosh. Well, I don't know if this counts, but you and I were on a trip once and we got the tiniest glimpse of the Northern Lights.
Oh,
Didn't
Aurora
we?
Borealis.
Aurora, yeah.
At that time of year.
Time of year.
In that
This
part of the country. In that part of northern Sweden, localized entirely within the sky.
I don't know, is the Aurora Borealis technically a weather?
A weather?
Or is it a
It's an
space?
atmospheric condition.
Space weather.
Space weather. Confirmed for space weather.
It's space weather, Jane confirms.
Real physicist Jane has
Is
told
a
us.
sunny day space weather?
No, that's just weather.
That's just regular
A
weather.
solar flare, you might say, was space weather? Although it's more like sun weather, really.
I see. Weather is very confusing, isn't it?
Question number 2, Luke. Rico Rodriguez is known for his tethers, which he uses to attach objects to other objects, usually with explosive results. Luke, if you had this ability, what would you tether together and why?
It would be useful to tether my wallet to my jeans.
Are you talking about a wallet chain?
That exists! Totally exists!
What if I were to tether a yo-yo to my finger?
What if I were to tether a tent to the ground? I would go to the International Space Station and I'd just be lookout, so that if ever a meteor came too close to Earth, because I actually have a fear of meteors
Okay.
wiping out all human life, because it could happen.
Did the dinosaurs?
It did for the dinosaurs. I would sit in the International Space Station and just keep
Wait
an
for
eye
an
out
asteroid to come past.
and wait for an asteroid to come past. And if it ever did, I'd tether it to the sun,
Yeah.
and it would. Whoop,
All right, good.
Problem solved.
Very altruistic, humanitarian use
That's me.
for that power. Good job.
Or maybe a rhino to a plane or something.
That's more the Just Cause mindset.
10 hippos to a crop duster.
All right, Luke, when Just Cause 3 came out, there was a competition, and the winners of it were given the choice of their own island or $50,000.
Really?
If you won an island, what would you do with it?
That's a good question. Did they really?
Yeah, they
did they
were like-
really offer the island?
Yeah, they were like, you can have an island.
It wasn't that thing where they were like, or a gag option.
No, I think it was real.
Okay, if I had an island, I would turn it into a nature reserve for definite. I would pick an animal that appears to be struggling in the not island environment.
What about those hippos you tethered to the crop duster?
Yeah, I mean they're going to be struggling, and it's going to be easy to get them there.
Because they're already attached to a crop duster.
Yeah, they're already attached to a crop
Fly 'em
duster.
over. Why not make it a nature reserve / theme park, but it's like roller coasters that only animals are allowed to go on, and they're designed for animals.
A theme park for animals.
Yeah.
I think an animal would like a theme park.
Yeah, it could be
Or
like.
be afraid of it.
Well, it doesn't have to be like big thrill roller coasters. It could be like dark rides, like the Haunted Mansion, but instead of a haunted mansion, it's like abundant food mansion. Things animals
Oh
like.
yeah, that would be nice. Yeah, things animals like. Yeah.
Yeah.
Or sort of being left in peace coaster.
Yeah. Yeah, you just silently go through the tundra.
Yeah,
Or-
exactly. And then
yeah.
it just drops you off in your natural habitat.
Yeah.
And you never have to see a
And
human
there's-
again.
Yeah. Your final question. Well, it's
Okay.
more of a challenge, this one. In Just Cause 3, the island of Medici was held in the brutal grip of the dictator Di Ravello, who kept his people misinformed with the use of propaganda announcements delivered via loudspeaker.
Hello there, Patriots. Wanted to give you the breaking news that the base of Porta La Gratia has been demolished. Well, carry on. Viva Medici!
But Luke, the propaganda minister, has suddenly been taken ill after accidentally brutally shooting himself 11 times while having breakfast. So you've been appointed propaganda minister of Medici.
Yes!
I need you to put a positive spin on the following scenarios and announce them to the people of Medici.
Okay.
Each announcement will be prefaced by the and propaganda music, and you'll need to sign off with Viva Medici. Scenario 1.
Yeah.
Oh my God, propaganda minister, Rico Rodriguez. You know Rico Rodriguez, the rebel leader with the wingsuit and the tethers.
He's so dreamy.
Yeah, oh, well, no, he's not. You need to tell people he's not.
Yeah, but I'm not going to say that in the propaganda.
Well, he pulled...
He is though, isn't he?
Yes, he is. But he pulled down
What do you like best about him?
It's probably his square jaw and manly stubble.
Yeah, same.
That's good. But anyway, he pulled down a propaganda speaker and then blew up a petrol station.
Oh, no.
But we need to spin this. This is bad. All right, this is bad. Okay,
right,
get on the mic. Get on the mic. Grab the mic.
Let me get in the tannoy.
Okay.
All right.
So he pulled down a propaganda speaker and he blew up a petrol station. All right.
People of Medici, I have some bad news today. Normally, me, your propaganda minister, news broadcaster, enjoys the General News Network chief enjoys bringing you all of the good news that we tend to get on this beautiful island paradise. But friends, today, the criminal, Rico, I won't say his last name, has taken his lantern jaw and designer stubble, and he has taken from me and from you and from this island one of our precious speakers that is going to be very expensive to replace. Then he went to a petrol station. You know petrol stations. It's where you go peacefully to get the kind of fuel that you need to go to your job, to feed your family and get money. You know, it's kind of like the lifeblood of the modern world, and there's only so much of it, and it's a very precious resource, and we shouldn't be like flinging it around or burning it willy-nilly. Oh, no, not for Rico. No. He set it on fire. He blew it up. And it's all gone. All that petrol's gone. So he hates the environment and he hates you. Anyway, I've got to go. Viva Medici.
That should give them something to think about.
Yep, that's good. They won't be thinking that was good. Scenario number 2.
Yeah.
Oh my God, propaganda minister. You'll never believe what's just happened.
Oh, what now?
Rico wingsuited through a tunnel and it was really cool. And a lot of people saw him do it. And he did a spin and then he flew off at the end and everyone was like, whoa, that guy's cool.
Oh man, okay.
Okay, you ready to hit go on the mic?
Okay, yeah.
All right.
I'm ready to go.
People of Medici, you know what's not cool? Messing around in the sky. There's a reason that humans live on Earth, and it's because the sky is full of birds and wind. Would you want your children hanging out in an area exclusively populated by birds, many of which have sharp talons? I don't think so. But I guess that's not something that troubles the parents of Rico Rodriguez. Some parents really made me sick. You know what he's been doing? Flying around. Went through a tunnel. Showed his true colours there. Clearly scared of the open sky, can't hack it. Had to be some way enclosed. Children, hug your parents close tonight and hope that they raise you to not be the kind of people who think that they're better than those who walk on the earth. Signing off, Viva Medici.
Propaganda minister. It's the bridge.
The bridge?
He blew up the bridge.
He what?
The bridge. The one bridge. The only bridge.
We only have one bridge.
He got one bridge. He was on a parachute. He blew up the support structures. All the trucks fell down.
Did it look as awesome as it sounds?
Yes, it looked awesome. Of course it looked awesome. It looked incredible. Rico's jaw was so lantern-esque.
Do you think you'd want a big wedding or like family only?
I don't know.
That's not important.
What is important right now is the bridge. It's gone.
Okay.
Great news, people of Medici! We have finally rid ourselves of the bridge that was plaguing our island. Rico Rodriguez was on scene, of course, trying to save it. Well, Rico, you know what? You can't mess with the island of Medici and our military might. So when we want a bridge gone, it's gone. This is good news because now everyone gets to get a piece of bridge rubble that's for free. And we are going to find a new, better way onto the island that is better than some stinky bridge that we never wanted in the first place. Viva Medici.
Here is your last propaganda scenario.
Okay.
All right, propaganda minister, this is a slightly hard one to explain. But you know the big statue of Di Ravello in the town square? Rico tethered the statue's hand to its face, and then he retracted the tether, causing the statue to face palm its own head off.
And the head came off?
And the head came off, the entire statue collapsed. It was quite public, so we're going to need you to put a positive spin on this whole situation, which I believe you can do. So, good luck.
People of Medici, I have great news from our science department. They've invented a new and better high five. Whereas other bad islands satisfy themselves with slapping another person's hand, which is unhygienic, and that's something we've known for a long time, and it's something we've long been trying to improve. This weekend, we had a breakthrough. We had a breakthrough, and we gave a very public trial. Our great leader,
His name is Di Ravello.
Di Ravello, was very keen, as he always is, to be the first to try out the latest in
What's the island called again?
Medici technology. So he asked us to have his big statue do one of these new high fives. I think you'll find it's a lot cleaner, it's a lot louder, it's a lot more satisfying than a traditional high five. And from now on, it's how we're all going to be saying hello and goodbye to each other. It's how we say yes, it's how we say no, it's how we express thanks, it's how we say good morning, it's how we say good night, it's how we say I love you. So that's a new edict, so get on board with it. Happy new high-fiving. Viva Medici.
Good. Well done, Luke. You have successfully completed your job as propaganda minister of Medici.
That means thank you.
Yes. Unfortunately, you later died when Rico Rodriguez flew a plane into you.
Oh, man!
Well, congratulations. You have. I'm awarding you 100 points just cause.
There it is. That's all the propaganda we have for you today.
Well.
Except the following state-sponsored messages that we are going to offer you in the comments.
Viva Medici.
Last week's show of the weekend saw me giving a Shenmue HD QuickTime event quiz in which a very patient Andy's sandwich-making success depended on how fast and how accurately Ellen could hit buttons on my button board. Andy opens the packet a tiny bit. Andy applies just the right amount of force to open the packet all the way. A, B. Right plus X. Left plus X. Right plus B. Left plus A. Left plus X. Y, X, Y, A, B, right. Commenter Chubb thinks they know your mind, Andy. I think I can hear Andy's thoughts during the QTE scene. Create a second channel, they said. It will be fun, they said.
It can be trying, but it's worth it.
For the friendships you gained.
For the 4 fresh compatible kidneys.
That's why there was that blood test in the interview.
Anyway, Ellen did eventually pass the test, and I got a delicious bite of cheese and crisp sandwich.
Andy chews his food a safe number of times. Hammer A.
Going in flashbacks to sports games on my PlayStation.
There we go. Andy swallows his delicious bite of sandwich.
Which, it has to be said, confused commenter John O'Neill. Is cheese and crisp sandwich actually something people eat?
I eat it 10 times a day. It's my latest fad diet.
Fad diet? What do you even call someone who eats 10 cheese and crisp sandwiches a day?
An ambulance, please.
Moving on. Last week also saw Outside Xtra and sponsor World of Warcraft live streaming the newest expansion, Battle for Azeroth, with Luke and Jane trying to convince Ellen of the virtues of the Horde and the Alliance, respectively.
It's only blimmin'
Jaina Proudmoore.
Yes, Jaina.
Slay,
Yes.
Jaina.
Let it go, Elsa.
All right, fine. The Alliance can occasionally rock up on a ghostly...
Yeah, do we or do we not have a levitating ghost ship?
Marcel Janssen thinks that Ellen's loyalty to the Alliance was cemented there and then. I love Ellen's face when Jaina makes her entrance. Oh!
Well, yes, that was cool, but Andy, the Horde has Sourfang.
I don't know what you're on about.
And Sylvanas Windrunner has always been a master strategist. Could she be playing a deeper game?
Yeah, I also don't care.
Finally, last week Ellen got to grips with the brand new Shadow of the Tomb Raider, which lets you play as a more stealthy, deadly Lara Croft than ever before.
It's not just the vines that Lara exploits like a murdery Tarzan, but trees, as she adds to her death from above repertoire with, well, this move.
Commenter Doomguy455 thinks there's only one way this is going to go, Luke. How long till she's taking skulls as trophies like the Predator?
Whoa, skulls should never be taken as trophies. Gross.
Well, yeah, not unless you decorate them up a little bit, like this one.
I thought that was just an ornament.
Oh, well, it livens up my living room. What? It's no one you know. Now it's time for the part of the show where we look at the art that people have sent us.
Yes.
I know it's your favourite bit, Luke. Do you know how I know?
How?
It's because you've been clapping like that for the last 8.5 minutes.
My hands are tired.
Honestly, I thought you would stop, but I'm just going to have to soldier on through it. So we're starting off with this incredible design.
Oh my word.
By Revi Palema.
It's so this is my Okami Opteryx.
Ah, your Archaeopteryx
slash Okami thing. Oh man, it's
how good
so
would that
amazing.
look as a tattoo though?
Really good. I'm thinking full face.
Yeah, full face all the way down.
Full face.
Torso.
Yeah.
Like internally as well.
Internally,
on the
cage. Get a surgeon to open me up. Yeah. Get it on the outside of the lungs.
Put it on the lungs. And sew me back up.
Oh, it's really, really rad. I love how
it's taken ages.
I know. I love how detailed it is. I really think they've nailed the style. It really looks like it fits with the game.
We've also got a little comic strip here from Landin Crew.
Yeah.
Depicting Jane and Ellen out in the Tomb Raider jungle.
Yeah.
Just murdering them monkeys.
Murdering those monkeys.
Yeah.
Should we do the voices?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. All right, I'll be Ellen.
Okay.
I wonder if we should have studied those howler monkeys back there.
Oh, you mean the target practice monkeys? Great fun, that. Well, onward, Ellen.
It's awesome. I really like Ellen's face in the last panel. I think that's my favourite detail.
I like that they're wearing pith helmets.
Yeah.
Like old-timey explorers.
It's awesome.
Yeah. And finally we have this from Xylophone, which I think pretty accurately depicts my mental state while trying to assemble a sandwich.
Yeah, having
remotely.
having a nice time. Having a good, nice
time. Bewildering time. I like the way everything's going around me, like in The Simpsons.
Oh, yeah. Dental plan.
Dental plan. Dental plan.
It's good. All you can think about are the ingredients for a cheese and crisp sandwich.
Yeah, that was quite the time. I think you've really captured it. I'm glad that knife didn't go into my eye.
I think we all are.
Yeah.
Thank you everyone for your artwork. We love looking at it as always.
Yes.
Especially when it's so pure, Andy, with a little overcooked nose.
It's cute. I might just rub my nose up so it goes red.
So it goes red. Yeah. Well, I'll get a scouring pad.
If you would, yeah, that'd be good. Viva Medici.
So we come to the end of Show of the Weekend.
And so we face the final curtain, much like Luigi.
Yep.
Who is dead. Let's not forget.
But you know what? I'm also dead excited for our EGX live show.
Oh, yeah.
Showdown of the Week.
Showdown of the Week. That's going to be exciting.
You are the quizmaster this
year,
aren't you, Andy?
I am the quizmaster, and there are a few tickets still available.
Yes, hopefully by the time this goes out, there's still tickets.
Yeah. So it's on the Friday of EGX, and it's going to be an elaborate Saw-style maze of deadly traps of my devising, which Outside Xtra and Outside Xbox are going to have to compete in to see who's the best.
Deadly physical and psychological traps.
Yes. Have you any idea how that reverse bear trap, like, honestly, more trouble than it's worth. So please, buy tickets for that if you're going to be at EGX on the Friday. It's going to be a great show and we would love to see you there.
But that's all for now, Andy. So I should probably get back to my propaganda broadcasts.
Yes, you should. So, Rico Rodriguez, he only bloody attached a rocket to a statue of Di Ravello and now it's doing flips in the field.
People of Medici.
It's good that happened.
That actually sounds rad.
Yeah, come down and see the cool thing Di Ravello's doing.
Our great leader Di Ravello has found another cool trick to do. No thanks to Rico Rodriguez.
So yes, everybody down to the big field to see that, and we will see you next time.